Hello, welcome all first-time home buyers. Today, our subject is the Dream for All 2026 down payment assistance program from California. And we have here Vanessa and Mitch today talking about that. And we go into the details of this program. It's up to 150,000 coming as a down payment assistance from the state of California. And we're just gonna get started.
Let's do it.
All right, so this is a down payment assistance program, and application window is February 24th. We're just in time to get started on getting ready for this program. Quick disclaimer, if you are working with a realtor, this is not a solicitation, and we are doing this for informational, educational purposes only. So what is Dream for All? Vanessa, do you want to take this? Just
Yes, of
explain a little.
course. Of course. So the Dream for All program is a down payment assistance program. It is a shared appreciation loan program that's administered by the California Housing Finance Agency. So this is a really great opportunity for people that are wanting to get into home ownership to have the opportunity to do so, especially in our area where we know prices can be a little crazy. So yeah.
The application window is February 24th through March 16th. And today is the 31st. So we have about 3 weeks time to get ready and time to jump on this.
Yes, more than enough time.
We have just kind of diving into it. There is 5 requirements. That's what everybody is here for, to find out how it works. So 5 requirements. Number 1, first-time home buyer. That's a pretty simple thing. If you have not owned a home, I believe it's within 7 years. I think there is few specifications on that too. But first-time home buyer. Number 2 is first generation home buyer. And what does that mean? That means that one borrower from the people that are buying must not have owned a home or been on title or mortgage on a home in the United States in the last 7 years. And their parents have not owned a home in the US, or the borrower was placed in foster or institutional care. So that's what that means. The other requirements are number 3, property is an owner occupied primary residence. Number 4 is you need to meet the county income limits. Each county in California has a separate income limit. We'll touch on that a little bit more. And then number 5, very important, you have to work with a CalHFA approved lender, which is Mitch.
There you go. And I'll add to that real fast, Maaret. I did do some further research, and this program will work for a single family home, a condo, as well as a townhome or PUD. So there is a variety of styles of homes that we can use this program for. Manufactured, unfortunately, is not going to be included in it.
That's good to know.
Just so you guys are aware.
All right, maximum assistance. So the 150,000, how do you get that? How do you get that? You guys want to jump on this and talk about the 20% value?
Yeah, Mitch, if you want to jump
Totally.
in.
So how this program works, I'll kind of 30,000 foot view it is a lottery program. We'll get into that in a few slides down the line. But if we qualify through everything that Maaret just went through, we are able to obtain up to 20% or $150,000 of down payment monies towards the purchase of a home. And how it works is essentially, we call it a silent second, where I always want to make it very clear to borrowers that are going through this program. It's an awesome program for the right borrower. However, it is something that we leverage to get into the home, but will need to be paid back at a later time. So that 20% helps us get in there, gets that payment to a comfortable spot, which is fantastic. But we want to also plan ahead on it when we refinance or when we sell, what are we also paying back to this program? Because there's a appreciation part that we're also going to be paying back in addition to that 20%. So we want to always really make sure that borrower understands that. And for the right person, it's one of the best down payment assistance programs I've ever seen out there, comparing everything.
So, okay, let's see, 20% of home's value. So
Yep.
if it's max 150, so how
So
expensive
we're going to
house can
be
you buy?
right around, it's going to be a little under $800,000 of purchase power is
Mhm.
where we would be.
Like if you want to take the max benefit
Exactly. The
from it.
max 150,000 down is, yeah, a little under 800. So in our markets, there are homes for that.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
got my clients into
yeah,
a home last year under this program, and they purchased or were looking around that 650 range, and we were able to get them a beautifully remodeled townhouse as their first home. So it was great. They didn't have to do any work to it because it was already done, and they have a really good monthly payment. I was shocked to hear what their monthly payment comes out to with this program.
Awesome. Let's
love it.
touch on the income limits a little bit. So each county has their own numbers, and I have just a few here as an example. So Santa Cruz County, 210,000, Monterey County, 165, San Benito County, 222, and Santa Clara, 309. So these are decent limits.
Yeah.
You can it's not a low income thing necessarily, so you don't have to think of that. Middle income, and these are good incomes. You were looking at the data on the household, like how does it comprise? So on the combination of the people that live in the property, correct?
That is correct, Maaret. From the research I did on the CalHFA site, it's anyone that's going to be living at the property is going to be how they determine that income.
Yeah, I
Right.
believe it's people over the age of 18, right? That are
Correct. Yeah.
working. Yeah, would count.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
then
definitely, like if anybody has like a assumption that this is like a low income thing, it really isn't. It's just helping a first time home buyers. California values that. So that's what it's for. So then touching on the shared appreciation loan a little bit, we have this next screen, which is all the details. But the really amazing thing is the no monthly payments on this portion. And that's what you were saying, Vanessa, that your clients' monthly payments were very low because it was only based on that first loan amount. And then the loan is repaid when the home is sold, refinanced, or transferred. So most people stay in their home for many years. If you just imagine like saying staying there for 10 years, even like a longer time, the benefit is huge. You don't have to make any payments, and then while inflation goes up and all the other prices go up, paying back that amount, 150,000, and the appreciation is super beneficial.
just in the green. It's a great way in the long.
Yeah, and the repayment at that time includes the original assistance amount. We just use that 150,000 as a number, that plus the share of the home's appreciation through from the time you bought it and then when it's sold. And here is the details on how that money goes around. Mitch, you want to take a
The
stab
fun
at this
part. I'm
one?
ready to go, guys. Get ready for this. All right. So what we're going to look at first, everyone, is the house to the farthest on the left side, the smaller house. So it is a home value of 500,000. There is going to be a first mortgage loan on it of 400,000. We're getting pre-approved ahead of time for that, putting the CalHFA aside. That's the loan. Then that DFA loan, that is going to be the Dream For All loan, is going to be 100,000 of that. So as Maaret was just talking about, owning the home for some time, it's going to go over into the next box where it says 5 years later. Home's going to be valued at 640,000. So the home appreciation is going to be 140,000 on that. And then what we're going to see down below here is the homeowner share of appreciation. So let's pretend I'm the homeowner. I'm walking away with $112,000. And then the part that we need to share with the CalHFA program is going to be $28,000 of that appreciation is their piece of the pie. So looking at this, if you had no means of that down payment, you were able to leverage this program, just with your portion of appreciation, that's $112,000 that you're gaining essentially from, not having a ton of skin in the game, which is amazing. I haven't seen this anywhere else. And then what we're going to look at on the house on the right-hand side is down the line, let's say family's growing, we need to, sell the property. It's going to show us what it looks like in that situation. So the first mortgage balance down the line is obviously going to be smaller because you're paying that loan down as time goes on. The DFA loan payback of $128,000, and that's going to include the first mortgage pay down you're going to see on the right-hand side of $30,000, and then the homeowner share appreciation of the $112,000. And then down below on the other side where it says DFA loan payback, we're paying back our original $100,000 and the $28,000. That's the shared part of the appreciation that the program, requires us to pay back. So looking at this, even over 5 years, you're still in a very good position if you didn't have the means otherwise to be able to put that 20% down. Like Vanessa's case, payment's going to be way more comfortable than you trying to do 3% down or another program. And you're still going to be in the green at the end of it. So that is why, in my perspective, this is such a hot topic program. There's nothing else like it. So hope that makes sense.
No, that was an awesome breakdown.
Yeah, yes. So what buyers must have ready before the application time opens in February 24th, you have to have that pre-approval from Mitch. You have to have your government issued ID and your parent information for the first generation verification. And then there's some other required program disclosures. Vanessa, can you kind of tell how it went with your buyers last year, the preparation phase of it?
Yeah, they definitely made sure to have all of these ready before the application window opens. What we see happen a lot is as soon as February 24th rolls around, or even later in March when people are like scrambling to like get all their documents together, it could be stressful for the people and the lenders that have to put this all together. So definitely prepare for success and have all of these things ready before, so that way when the window opens, you're comfortably just in it and you've submitted your application, you're ready to go. And like Mitch said, this is going to be a lottery, so it's not first come, first serve, but we do want to make sure that we have everything ready within that window so you don't miss out on all of this.
Yeah, and it's not that much. It's not a ton of paperwork.
Exactly. I feel
Yeah.
like people think it's very daunting and they're like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to get my whole life together. It's
Mhm.
really not that hard. So,
Get your whole life together. Wow.
right?
This is easier than that.
Exactly.
Gotta gotta fix the marriage and make
Uh-huh.
the kids.
Get the CalHFA program.
All right. So what happens after you apply? Again, lottery. So applications are randomly selected from the pool of applications. And then selected applications are reviewed and audited for verified that they qualify indeed for all of the requirements of the 5 requirements. And then eligible applicants receive a conditional approval. And
Okay.
once you have the a conditional approval, you have 90 days to shop for a home, and you must complete the purchase within program timelines. Vanessa, can you share anything about this phase of that program with your clients?
Yeah, absolutely. So once you have been selected and you're able to get these funds, we get what's called a voucher. With that voucher, it's pretty much your golden ticket to start looking for homes. Thankfully, when I was working with my clients to find them a property, we did like one full day of tours, and they actually found their dream home in that one time of going to look at homes. So we got very lucky in that case. The home had also been on the market for quite some time, so we were actually able to go in at a very good price, have an awesome down payment thanks to this program. program, and it all ended up working out perfectly. But the good thing is we do have 90 days to shop for a home. So even if you don't find the one right away, you know that you still have some time. Um, and then even within that time frame, once we were under contract, we did have to extend a couple times. As we know, deals can do that. There's some things that are out of our control. So thankfully, they were really flexible, and were willing to work with our timelines. So that's also another thing to point in there.
And having a good agent on your side is extremely important for that. To managing the timelines, that's part of the work that the agent does, is making sure that timelines are met and working with the lender and all the different parties in the situation.
Absolutely. And even working with the listing agent, because a lot of people see us as like opposite sides, but we're really two sides working towards the same goal. So as long as you're transparent and able to communicate that to the other side, it's typically not an issue. So yes, definitely having a good agent on your side is needed.
Yes. And I love it. You call it the golden ticket, the
Yeah,
voucher. Yeah. Winning the golden ticket.
that's what it feels like. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah. You were like, when you got how do you get the notification? How does it come through? Do you remember?
The lender. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the lender will be notified about that voucher coming in. Also, there's a portal. Yeah, there's a portal for these clients. So once you submit your application, and you can actually see, so my clients were on the wait list. So for those of you that think, oh, I didn't get chosen, the random raffle didn't pick
Mhm.
me, don't think that that's going to be the end all be all, because my clients ended up being on the wait list for, I want to say, 9 to 11 months. So even a year after the fact, because keep in mind, we have 90 days to shop for a home. People that get the voucher right away have that time frame to be able to get homes. So as they start getting their homes and the funds are still available, more people on the wait list end up getting their turn. So that's another thing where if you don't get chosen right away, don't think that that's the end of the world. There still might be something coming your way.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
how long were you on the waiting list again?
They were on the wait list for almost a year.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Wow.
believe they applied in 2024, and then in 2025 is when their turn came around. So it was a while before they got it, but once we saw that they were going down on the wait list and they got their golden ticket, like I said, we were ready to rock and roll. Like we were ready as soon as they were like number 5 on the list. We were, yeah. So definitely don't get
Interesting.
discouraged.
Really good to hear, Vanessa. So people know, like, if they don't get a golden ticket within a month after of applying, it's like, oh, I didn't get it. This can happen, like in
Mhm.
your case, 8, 9 months down the line. So just keeping track. And I'm going to share with us too the login and kind of portal site. We may already have it where people create their account and they can keep track of where they're at on the list as well.
Mhm.
Yes,
So which
exactly. That's what my clients would do. They would literally refresh it every single day to see if they had moved on the list at all. Thankfully, yeah, they ended up getting their opportunity for it, and we made it happen. So it can definitely happen for you too.
fantastic.
Excellent. And then the piece, so only CalHFA approved lenders can submit the Dream for All applications. Buyers cannot apply directly without a lender. Um, and the lender, what you do is you confirm the eligibility, issue pre-approval letter, submit required documentation, and then it's just a regular pre-approval process for you. Is that right?
That is correct, Maaret. So straightforward pre-approval process. We want to obviously confirm those income limits because that's, as a lender for their qualifying income, it has to fit in those limits. So that's an important piece at the beginning. And then standard pre-approval. So no additional work than anyone else applying for a mortgage loan has to go through. And then we obviously will be coordinating with the CalHFA program and everything, helping the client get the right documents to submit because there's a few sheets on the CalHFA site that need to be filled out and signed by the loan officer
Mhm.
for the client to apply. So we'll be guiding them through that. Obviously, doing what I do every day with mortgages, but
Mhm.
also helping make sure that the client is doing all of the appropriate items to make sure we get in line.
Excellent.
So not hard at all.
It's
Not
really,
hard at all.
believe it or
And
not,
this is where you go to apply for it. You
you
this
you
is
guys
which is
out. Exactly. And one thing I'll add too, because, obviously more than happy to help anyone I can in the community here, but there's other great lenders out there as well. And if you do need to kind of make sure you're working with one that is qualified with the CalHFA program, on their website, there is a lender search database that you can type in your zip code and in your surrounding areas of what lending institutions are qualified for this. Because the worst thing you would want to do is go through the whole pre-approval process and then find out, oh my gosh, this lender isn't qualified with the CalHFA Dream For All program. So
Yeah.
making sure that they are from the get-go.
Well, just to make it easy, they can just contact you directly.
And they can contact me too. Yes.
You're
Thanks,
being
Maaret.
way too modest.
We know for a
I'm
fact
selling
that
all the
Mitch
other
is
lenders in
approved.
town. Yes, thank you guys.
And then Vanessa, you have gone through this process before and have really happy buyers that got a beautiful fixed home through this program. So you've walked through it and seen how it happens and have that experience, which is critical for this one. And this is Vanessa's information.
Yes, thank you. I'd love to help. I've definitely done it before, so I know what it takes to get you into a home using this program, and I'd love to help you guys do it next.
That's great. And here's my information. I'm the broker here at KW Thrive in Santa Cruz. I do referrals all throughout the state and the whole nation, actually, and supervise and oversee lots and hundreds of transactions. And I am on your side as well. And let's talk about our next episode for the same subject. So we're gonna be doing a separate Q&A with more detailed questions. And you can send us questions as well. And let me see. There's some people here. And let's see if we have some questions. You can post it here. I don't see questions posted here, but we're going to gather questions and answer very specific ones for the next session, which is going to be in about 2 weeks. We'll let everybody know of that. And we are going to be diving a little bit deeper on all of these subjects. And if you have very specific questions for your scenario, your family, you can reach out to us with those questions also. And we can let you know how it looks like for you specifically.
Part 2, stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I think we're cutting it a little short today, but that's all right. All right. Thank you,
Maaret.
guys.
Thank you, Vanessa. All right.
Yes, thank you guys. Looking forward to working with you guys soon.
Yes. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.